Texting fate. Flirting has never been Jenna's strong suit, but she's perfectly fine with her quiet routine of working as a librarian and binge-watching her favorite shows. Living in the quaint town of Willow Creek, she finds solace in the pages of books and the laughter of her best friend, Tessa, who often drags her into various social exploits. That calm life takes an unexpected turn when Jenna receives a wrong number text from a stranger named Chloe, asking her for advice on a cooking dilemma. Chloe is everything Jenna isn't: bold, adventurous, and fiercely independent. She's also a renowned food blogger with a knack for turning simple meals into culinary masterpieces. Despite their differences, an unusual camaraderie blossoms through their texting, with Chloe sharing her heartwarming cooking exploits, and Jenna offering insights from her own experiences, however limited they may be. When they finally arrange to meet, there's an undeniable chemistry in the air. But what Chloe feels can't be more than friendly admiration, right? It's not like she's picturing Jenna wearing an apron, playfully flower-dusted on a romantic dinner date, or is she? Is it possible that a wrong number might lead her to the right person after all? It was a cozy Saturday afternoon, and Jenna was at home, curled up on the sofa with a cup of chamomile tea, when her phone buzzed with an unexpected message. Help! I'm trying to make the perfect pasta dish for my date, but I can't decide between a classic marinara or something more adventurous. What do you think? Jenna raised an eyebrow. Was this a prank? A message from a stranger asking her about pasta. She chuckled at the absurdity of it, but curiosity got the better of her. After a moment's thought, she typed back. Hi there. That definitely sounds like a culinary dilemma. I'd say go for the classic marinara. You can't go wrong with a well-made one. Moments later, a follow-up message flashed on her screen. That's exactly what I was thinking. Thanks so much. My name's Chloe, by the way, what's yours? And just like that, a lively conversation sprang to life. Chloe shared her kitchen mishaps, from burning garlic to overcooking pasta, and Jenna found herself laughing at the vivid tales and banter that flowed effortlessly between them. Minutes turned into hours as they traded jokes and cooking tips, Jenna feeling lighter with each exchange. Jenna's heart raced when a new message lit up her phone. So can I send you a picture of my cooking disaster for a second opinion? Sure. Jenna replied, feeling a light-hearted sense of excitement that she hadn't felt in ages. Moments later, her phone buzzed with a photo. The image revealed a chaotic kitchen with flour everywhere, and a sad-looking bowl of pasta that definitely needed some work. Jenna laughed and replied, that's a unique take on pasta. Chloe's playful answer came swiftly, filled with laughter and emoji faces, completely disarming Jenna. It felt like someone had pulled back the curtain on an unexpected friendship. After a series of text messages filled with laughter and a flicker of vulnerability, they decided it was time to meet. Jenna suggested that they grab coffee at the local cafe, an invitation spurred by a rush of courage she didn't quite understand. As they met in person, Jenna's nerves settled almost instantly. Chloe was even more radiant than she had imagined. More than that, there was an undeniable spark in the air. But did Chloe feel it too? Jenna couldn't be sure. They spent the afternoon chatting easily, immersed in conversation as the atmosphere hummed with delightful tension. Throughout the day, Jenna caught herself daydreaming about Chloe's bright smile, her animated gestures, how she'd look with flour in her hair while cooking together. After what felt like a timeless moment, Chloe leaned in closer, gently brushing her hand against Jenna's. I have to admit, I was expecting just a friendly coffee chat. I didn't expect to connect with such a wonderful person. It's like I've known you forever. Jenna's heart raced. Really? I was starting to think I'd be a disaster. You're flawless in comparison. No way. Chloe laughed, her eyes sparkling. The way you talked about pasta made me crave every dish you love. I'd definitely want another culinary adventure with you. Jenna smiled, her cheeks heating up. Maybe we could team up for a cooking class or something. Chloe's gaze softened. Or we could cook together at home. You know, combine our styles. That sounds perfect. Jenna felt a sense of warmth spreading within. Perhaps this accidental text wasn't a mistake after all. As time passed, they found themselves exploring each other's hearts and lives, discovering shared dreams, secrets, and genuine affection that deepened their relationship beyond any initial wrong number. Was it fate? Jenna no longer cared. She was simply grateful that a quirky text brought her to this incredible woman, forging a bond she never expected to find. In Willow Creek, a wrong number had led Jenna straight to the right woman, where laughter and love simmered just right. As the weeks went by, Jenna and Chloe fell into a comfortable routine. They explored each other's worlds. Chloe introduced Jenna to the excitement of farmers' markets and spontaneous road trips, while Jenna brought Chloe into her cozy library hideaways, sharing the books that had shaped her life. It was a beautiful spring afternoon when they found themselves at the local park, spreading a picnic blanket under a blossoming cherry tree. Chloe had prepared a vibrant array of homemade sandwiches, fresh fruit, and of course, a delightful jar of her famous lemon basil pesto. "Okay, but I really need a critique on the pesto," Chloe said with a playful grin as she plopped down beside Jenna, who was already eyeing the food with delight. "You know I'm not a professional chef, right?" Jenna teased back, taking a generous smear of pesto and spreading it on a piece of bread. "But for the record, this looks amazing." Jenna took a bite and closed her eyes in bliss. "Wow! This is incredible. You might want to start a food truck." Chloe's laughter infused the air, vibrant and contagious. "Maybe I will." Chloe's culinary creativity has a nice ring to it, don't you think? "Absolutely. But I expect free samples," Jenna shot back, a soft smirk on her lips. They chatted and laughed over their picnic spread, the barriers between them melting away with each shared story. The playful banter turned into deeper conversations about dreams, fears, and their pasts, their vulnerabilities weaving tighter bonds between them. "Well," Jenna said, wiping her fingers on a napkin after finishing her sandwich, "I'll admit, I never expected to connect with someone like you. I mean, I was shy, sitting at home in my PJs watching reruns of old shows, and then I get this random text message that changed everything." Chloe's heart fluttered at Jenna's candidness. "I feel the same. I've always been a bit of a free spirit on the go, blogging and exploring. But somehow, texting you felt like talking to an old friend. You've inspired me to slow down a bit and enjoy the little things." Jenna's cheeks flushed at the compliment. "That means a lot to me. I never thought of myself as someone inspiring. I'm just me." "That's the beauty of it," Chloe said softly, her eyes sparkling with sincerity. "You bring a warmth that draws people in. It's comforting to be around you." Jenna glanced down at the picnic blanket, her pulse quickening. What began as a simple wrong number had evolved into something precious. As she stole a glance back up at Chloe, their eyes met, and for a fleeting moment, the world around them faded. It was just the two of them, lost in the unspoken connection they had forged. "Chloe, can I ask you something?" Jenna hesitated, heart thumping in her chest. "Of course." Chloe encouraged, leaning in slightly. "What do you think this is?" "Us, I mean. I've never felt this kind of connection with anyone." Chloe's expression softened, her gaze unwavering. "I don't know if I can put it into words. I know it's too soon to say, but it feels genuine. With you it feels real, like we could create something beautiful together." Jenna's heart swelled at Chloe's response. "We're from different worlds. You're this vibrant force of nature, and I'm just a quiet librarian. Isn't that the best part?" Chloe interjected, her enthusiasm contagious. "We balance each other out. Who wouldn't want a little excitement with their calm?" Jenna chuckled, imagining the chaos and fun Chloe would bring into her more structured life. "Touché. It does sound wonderful when you say it like that. But it's not just about the differences," Chloe continued. "It's about how we both fit seamlessly into each other's lives, even when they look different. Do you think we can dive deeper? See where this takes us?" "Yes, I would love that," Jenna replied, her voice barely above a whisper but filled with certainty. Chloe grinned, visibly delighted, and they shared an easy laugh, sparking warmth that enveloped them like the spring sun overhead. The moment felt like the beginning of something wonderful. Later that week, Jenna decided to take Chloe's advice to heart, and threw a little dinner gathering at her place. She invited Tessa, her best friend, along with a couple of other friends. As she busily prepared the appetizers in the kitchen, Chloe arrived with an armful of vibrant flowers. "Thought these could brighten up your space," she said, her face radiant with excitement. "What are we making tonight?" "Pasta, of course. Just like texted on our first chat." Jenna's heart fluttered at the memory. Chloe leaned against the counter, watching Jenna in her element. "This feels right," she said softly. And it did. The kitchen filled with chatter, laughter, and the tantalizing aroma of homemade marinara sauce simmering on the stove. Jenna passed the pasta to Chloe, who expertly twirled it onto plates like it was second nature. With playful banter punctuating their cooking sessions, Jenna felt a lightness in her heart she hadn't anticipated. When dinner was ready, they sat around the table, the atmosphere buzzing with conviviality. Tessa immediately pulled Chloe into conversation, her keen eye reading the chemistry between the two. "I love how you make Jenna laugh," Tessa exclaimed after a particularly funny story from Chloe about a culinary disaster involving exploding eggs in a blender. Jenna shot her a mock glare but couldn't contain her own laughter. "Thanks, I was trying to keep that one under wraps. Secrets are no fun." Chloe tilted her head at Jenna, her eyes dancing. "I think you should own your past mishaps. They make you, well, you." The evening transitioned into cards and games, and as the night wore on, Jenna noticed the subtle ways Chloe would sneak glances her way, as if finding moments to observe and appreciate her. Jenna felt butterflies in her stomach, but also comforted knowing Chloe was genuinely interested in her. By the time the night was winding down, everyone had left except Chloe. They stood in the kitchen, the dim light giving the space an intimate glow. Jenna was sipping on a glass of sparkling water, feeling the contentment of the evening settle in. "Thank you for tonight, it was wonderful," she said, her voice warm. Chloe took a step closer. "I had a blast. Your friends are amazing, but you're something else, Jenna." An electric tension hung in the air as they stood there, gazes locked. Jenna's heart raced, a mixture of nerves and anticipation coursing through her. "Chloe," she began, but her thoughts stumbled over emotions as she took a breath. Before she could continue, Chloe leaned in, her lips curving into a soft smile. "Can I kiss you?" Jenna swallowed hard, surprise washing over her. "Yes, please." The response felt freeing. Chloe's smile widened as she closed the distance between them, their lips meeting softly, a tentative brush that ignited every nerve in Jenna's body. It was sweet and warm, and Jenna melted into the kiss, feeling the world around them fade away into a beautiful blur. When they finally pulled away, they both wore bright smiles, the kind that lit up their eyes. "I think this is the start of something pretty extraordinary," Chloe whispered. Jenna could only nod, her heart soaring as they embraced, holding each other tightly, no longer just friends but two souls daring to explore the magic unfolding between them, hands intertwined, hearts open, and futures intertwined. The wrong number had indeed led to the right woman, and Jenna couldn't be more grateful for that chance text that had changed everything. In the weeks that followed, Jenna and Chloe found themselves delving deeper into their relationship, savoring every moment spent together. They were practically inseparable, their lives intertwining in ways they never could have imagined. Jenna, with Chloe's infectious spirit, took to adventure with newfound enthusiasm, exploring parts of Willow Creek she'd never considered before, from hidden trails in the nearby woods to trendy cafes boasting innovative dishes. Chloe, in turn, found solace in the quiet moments Jenna cherished. They would cozy up in Jenna's living room, exchanging stories, sharing their favorite books, and watching movies that reflected their eclectic tastes. Jenna introduced Chloe to classic romances, while Chloe shared a selection of documentaries about food from around the world that inspired her culinary explorations. One sunny Saturday afternoon, they decided to attend a local street fair. Colorful stalls lined the park, vibrant with the sounds of laughter and music. They wandered hand in hand, savoring the street food, trying their hand at games, and delighting in each other's company. "I think I'm winning at cornhole," Chloe proclaimed after successfully tossing a bean bag into the hole for the third time. She was beaming, her laughter like music to Jenna's ears. "Okay, you're clearly the reigning champion," Jenna chuckled, rolling her eyes playfully. "But wait till we get to the cotton candy. I have my own secret skills there." As the afternoon sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of pink and orange, they found themselves perched on a park bench, sharing an oversized pink candy floss. "Thanks for coming out with me today. I really just want to soak up every moment with you," Jenna said, a hint of shyness creeping into her voice. Chloe turned to her, her expression serious yet soft. "I feel the same way, Jenna. It's been incredible getting to know you, breaking through that shy exterior I first saw. Together we're a force to be reckoned with, huh?" Jenna teased, her heart swelling at the warmth in Chloe's gaze. "Absolutely. I wouldn't trade this for anything." As they finished the candy, Jenna noticed a small crafts booth nearby. Intrigued, she drew Chloe's attention to it. "Let's check that out." Inside the booth, a local artisan displayed hand-painted pottery. Each piece was unique, colorful, and full of character, just like the connection they had fostered. One particular bowl caught Jenna's eye, a swirl of deep blues and bright yellows, reminiscent of a vibrant summer sky. "I love this one," Jenna exclaimed, running her fingers over the smooth, cool surface. Chloe watched her, a thoughtful smile playing on her lips. "You should get it. It would look perfect on your kitchen counter." "Do you think so?" "It seems a bit extravagant," Jenna replied, biting her lip. "Life's too short for ordinary things," Chloe said with a wink. "Let's move towards extraordinary, shall we?" With a burst of confidence, Jenna purchased the bowl. As they left the booth, she felt a sense of excitement. The bowl felt like a token of their blossoming relationship, something beautiful to remind her of their journey together. Back at Jenna's apartment that evening, they decided to cook dinner together using the new lemon basil pesto recipe that had become a staple for Chloe. As they laughed, shouted out playful suggestions, and navigated the chaos in the kitchen, Jenna's heart swelled at how natural everything felt. Later, while seated across the table from each other, Jenna picked up the conversation from earlier. "You know, I've been thinking. I'd love to introduce you to my family." Chloe's expression brightened. "I'd love that. But wait, you haven't even told them we're dating, have you?" Jenna blushed, her voice barely above a whisper. "No. I've always been a little protective of that part of my life. I fear their reactions. What if they don't understand?" Chloe reached across the table, intertwining her fingers with Jenna's. "I can be a bit intimidating, I'm not going to lie. But your family loves you, right? Once you tell them who you are, they'll see how happy I make you, and that's what matters." Her words rang with sincerity, grounding both of them in this moment of vulnerability. Jenna nodded, the fear of her family's reception mixed with hope. "You're right. I need to take that leap." It was decided, Chloe would meet Jenna's family for dinner the following weekend. Multiple emotions surged through Jenna, nerves blended with a tinge of excitement. She knew her family had their traditional views. Would they embrace what she found with Chloe? The dinner arrived quicker than Jenna anticipated, and on that evening, they walked into her family home hand in hand, an anchor of steadfastness beside her. The warmth and smells of a home-cooked meal filled the air, and Jenna felt a wave of nostalgia wash over her. "Mom. Dad. I'm home," she called out, opening the door. Her parents, adorned in casual dinner attire, popped their heads from the kitchen. "Jenna," her mother exclaimed, hurrying out, bringing with her a hug that enveloped Jenna warmly. "It's so wonderful to see you again." "And who is this lovely young woman?" her father asked, looking toward Chloe with curiosity. "Dad, meet Chloe." "She's my girlfriend," Jenna said, her heart racing. Chloe's smile was radiant, and she shook both of their hands confidently, injecting her warmth into the space. Thank you so much for having me. Jenna has talked about you both a lot. As the evening unfolded, Jenna held her breath while watching her family interact with Chloe. To her surprise, the conversation blossomed beautifully. Her parents asked Chloe about her blog, her cooking adventures, and even some of the dishes she whipped up. Their laughter weaved through dinner, easing Jenna's tension with each passing moment. Soon, they moved to the living room, and the conversation turned toward childhood stories. Jenna's heart swelled with gratitude. Chloe held her hand tightly, providing strength through unspoken connections. By the end of the evening, Jenna's parents exchanged knowing glances, nodding appreciatively. Sophia, was that amazing pesto I tasted? You two must have some phenomenal culinary adventures, her father remarked, making Jenna's heart flutter with relief. As they walked back to the car, a wave of emotion washed over Jenna. Chloe, you were incredible. My parents loved you. I can't tell you how much that means to me, Chloe said, leaning into Jenna's side. You deserve to be loved and supported for who you are. But I couldn't have done it without you, Jenna replied, her voice soft, eyes glimmering. As they settled into the car, there was a silence filled with warmth. Jenna looked out the window, the street lights flickering as they drove. The moment felt profound. It was not just about the night, but about the journey they both had chosen. Jenna, Chloe said, breaking the silence, I know it's early, but I want you to know that I'm all in. This feels like something special, something I want to keep exploring. Me too, Jenna replied without a moment's hesitation, her heart racing. You make me feel seen and appreciated in a way I never have before. I'm grateful for you. Then let's keep building on this, on us, Chloe said, gripping the steering wheel with purpose. As they pulled into the driveway, Jenna glanced at Chloe, her heart swelling with hope and excitement. Life had tossed them together by chance, but now it felt intentional. In each other they found both adventure and solace, a love that blossomed vibrantly, defying preconceived notions, transforming their lives in beautiful ways. Whether it was a cooking lesson, a picnic in the park, or a laugh-filled dinner with friends and family, every moment solidified their bond. That night, as they returned home, Jenna couldn't shake the feeling that this was only the beginning. The future laid ahead, filled with potential, laughter, and love, all rooted in what had started as an accidental text. After all, sometimes the wrong number truly does lead to the right woman.